Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon so you never miss an update. Today, we're diving into a topic that's making headlines around the world. You ready? Let's get into it. Chapter 1. The Unexpected Twist. Imagine the scene. France on election night. A nation waiting with bated breath. The recent French election has turned into a dramatic turning point, sending shockwaves through the global political landscape. When the graphics flashed up on all the big French channels, the result was not what anyone expected. High drama for sure, but this was a shock. It was the left who had clinched it, and Emmanuel Macron's centrists, the Ensemble Alliance, had staged an unexpected comeback, pushing the far-right National Rally into third place. Jean-Luc Mélenchon, the veteran left-wing firebrand, wasted no time in proclaiming victory. The president must call on the new Popular Front to govern, he told supporters in Stalingrad Square, insisting that President Macron had to recognize that he and his coalition had lost. His alliance, hastily drawn up for President Macron's surprise election, includes his own radical France Unbowed, along with Greens, Socialists, Communists, and even Trotskyists. But their victory is nowhere big enough to govern. France is now facing a hung parliament. None of the three blocs can form an outright majority by themselves of 289 seats in the 577-seat parliament. As soon as he had spoken, Mr. Mélenchon went off to a much bigger square, Place de la République, to celebrate his success with a crowd of 8,000 people, according to police numbers. For National Rally's supporters, the celebration in the Bois de Vincennes forest to the southeast of Paris quickly turned sour. Just a week ago, there was talk of a possible absolute majority. Marine Le Pen and Jordan Bardella were still optimistic a couple of days before the vote. Marine Le Pen put on a brave face, stating, "2 years ago we had just 7 MPs. Tonight, RN is the first party in France in terms of MP numbers. Indeed, in the last parliament, they had 88 MPs, and now they have more than 140. However, no other party has more than 100 MPs, because both the Macronists and the Popular Front are coalitions." Jordan Bardella complained that his party had been thwarted by unnatural alliances of dishonor, forged by a single party made up of the Macron camp and the left. He wasn't wrong about the unnatural alliance, but it is only a temporary one of convenience. More than 200 candidates who saw themselves as part of a Republican front pulled out of the second round so that a better-placed rival could stop RN from winning. Not even Marine Le Pen's younger sister, Marie-Caroline, could offer good news from her own election battle around Le Mans. Her bid to get into parliament failed by just 225 votes, defeated by Mr. Mélenchon's candidate Élise Labouche after the Macron candidate dropped out. Turnout, at 66.63%, was the highest in a parliamentary second round since 1997. Even if RN's vote held up, this time it had to contend with non-RN votes often being used tactically to create a barrage or block against them. All over France, RN was losing runoffs it needed to win. Chapter 2. The Global Political Chessboard. Now picture the geopolitical chessboard being rearranged as a result of the French election. The reverberations are felt far and wide. EU dynamics. France is a cornerstone of the EU. Jean-Luc Mélenchon's victory will impact the bloc's unity, policies, and future direction. His Eurosceptic stance could lead to fragmentation and uncertainty within the EU, challenging the bloc's cohesion and effectiveness. Transatlantic relations. France's relationship with the United States is pivotal for transatlantic cooperation. Mélenchon's leadership will challenge the Franco-American alliance, influencing NATO operations, counter-terrorism efforts, and global security policies. Global trade policies. The new French administration will have a significant say in shaping EU trade policies. This will affect trade relations with major economies like China, the US, and post-Brexit UK. Mélenchon's protectionist stance on free trade agreements and tariffs will impact global markets and economic stability. Defense and security. France's defense policy is critical for European and global security. Mélenchon's administration will determine the country's military commitments, its role in NATO, and its approach to international conflicts and peacekeeping missions. Chapter 3. Economic Repercussions. Imagine the ripple effects through global markets as investors and economies respond to France's new economic policies post-election. Market reactions. Global markets often react swiftly to political changes. Mélenchon's victory has already caused fluctuations in stock markets, currency exchanges, and investment flows. His administration's economic policies will continue to influence market stability and investor confidence. Trade relations. France's stance on international trade will impact global trade dynamics. Decisions on tariffs, trade agreements, and economic partnerships will affect global supply chains, import-export balances, and economic growth. EU economic policies. As a leading EU member, France's economic policies under Mélenchon will shape the EU's overall economic strategy. This includes fiscal policies, regulatory frameworks, and responses to economic crises. His approach towards the digital economy, green energy, and innovation will drive the EU's competitiveness on the global stage. Global financial institutions. France's influence extends to global financial institutions like the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. Mélenchon's economic philosophy will guide its role and contributions in shaping global economic policies and addressing financial challenges. Chapter 4. Social and Cultural Impact. Now imagine the social and cultural shifts that follow the political upheaval in France, echoing across borders. Immigration has been a hot-button issue in the election. Mélenchon's administration's policies on immigration and integration will impact not only France but also the broader European approach to refugee crises, border control, and multiculturalism. France has a history of vibrant social movements. Mélenchon's victory will either embolden or challenge these movements, influencing global discourses on social justice, human rights, and equality. France's cultural influence is significant. The election results will shape its cultural diplomacy, affecting global perceptions and international cultural exchanges. The promotion of French language, arts, and heritage will continue to be a soft power tool. Policies on education and research collaboration will impact international academic exchanges and partnerships. Mélenchon's approach to higher education and scientific research will influence global innovation and knowledge sharing. Chapter 5. Environmental Consequences. Picture the global environmental agenda being influenced by France's new leadership and policies. France has been a strong advocate for climate action. Mélenchon's victory will determine the country's commitment to the Paris Agreement and its leadership in global climate initiatives. Strong environmental policies can drive international efforts towards sustainability. Mélenchon's administration's approach to green energy, sustainable development, and environmental regulations will impact global efforts to transition to a green economy. France's policies on renewable energy, carbon emissions, and conservation will set an example for other nations. France's role in international environmental organizations and treaties will influence global environmental governance. The country's leadership in addressing environmental crises, such as deforestation, biodiversity loss, and ocean pollution, will be crucial. Chapter 6. Technological Advancements. Now imagine the advancements in technology and innovation driven by France's new political and economic landscape. Digital transformation. France's policies on digital transformation will impact global tech industries. Mélenchon's approach towards digital infrastructure, cybersecurity, and data privacy will influence international standards and practices. Research and innovation. Mélenchon's support for research and innovation will drive technological advancements. Collaboration in fields like artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and renewable energy will foster global progress and competitiveness. Tech partnerships. France's partnerships with other tech-leading nations will shape the global tech landscape. Joint ventures, research collaborations, and tech exchanges will drive innovation and economic growth. Chapter 7. Humanitarian Influence. Picture the humanitarian landscape being reshaped by France's policies and international cooperation. Aid and development. France's commitment to international aid and development will impact global efforts to address poverty, health crises, and education. Mélenchon's administration's approach to foreign aid will influence global humanitarian initiatives. Conflict resolution. France's role in conflict resolution and peacekeeping will shape global peace efforts. The country's diplomatic strategies and military involvement in international conflicts will influence global stability and security. Human rights advocacy. France's stance on human rights will impact international advocacy and policies. Mélenchon's commitment to promoting and protecting human rights will influence global standards and practices. Chapter 8. Global Perception. Now consider how the global perception of France will evolve and influence international relations. Diplomatic relations. France's diplomatic relations with other nations will be shaped by Mélenchon's leadership. Bilateral and multilateral engagements will determine France's influence and standing in the international community. Soft power. France's cultural, economic, and political influence will shape its soft power. Mélenchon's policies and actions will determine how France is perceived globally, affecting its ability to attract allies and partnerships. Global leadership. France's leadership in international organizations and global initiatives will influence its role in shaping the global agenda. Mélenchon's administration's approach to global challenges will determine France's impact on international relations and cooperation. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, make sure to hit the like button and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you never miss an update. Let us know your thoughts on the French election in the comments below. Stay tuned for more in-depth analyses on global events.